we have Barry Ramey.
Hey everyone, how's it going out there? Hey, so as some of you probably know, I just had a bench trial with Judge Friedrich. I don't think it went too terribly. I've never been in a situation where I'm saying that I'm innocent. I'm just saying that I'm not guilty of all these egregious charges that the government has charged me with, like everybody else in this situation. As you guys know, I'm currently in Alexandria. I was taken from Lewisburg. I'm now in Alexandria, Virginia, the detention facility. They have all of the J6ers in solitary confinement and administrative segregation. We're locked down in our cells 22 hours a day. It's cold, it's dark, I'm not exaggerating. And for 2 hours we're allowed to come out by ourselves with no interaction with anyone else, and we just go into a small room and sit there for about 2 hours. It's terrible. It's really sucks, and it doesn't feel so good right now, but it is what it is. My closing argument to my bench trial will be March 3rd. So March 3rd, we'll get the final result, hopefully, if it stays on schedule, of what all is going through the mind of the judge. But all in all, I don't think it went too terrible. I think we were able to present our major points. Has anybody been able to hear from the DC guys and what they're going through?
Their phones were off for a couple days. They just got them back on today.
Okay.
Garrett Miller got sentenced today to 38 months.
Okay. Is that good or bad?
Well, I think that that's not too bad going forward. He's already served a lot of time. But, you know, any time I think is too much time, but I don't think that that's too bad.
Right. No, that's good. I mean, I want all these guys home with their families and loved ones as soon as possible, like yesterday. So.
Yes, us too.
So how's everybody doing tonight?
We're good. It was chilly and now it warmed up just for us because that's how we got it out there.
That's right.
Nice. You guys control the weather. That's amazing.
We'll just say it was a gift.
Nice. Yeah, it's cold as hell in these cells, man. I'm wearing thermals and my jumper and my socks in bed every night because it's freezing. They keep a little nightlight on, but otherwise it's pretty dark in here. It's pretty desolate. And all the J6ers here got it this way. They consider our cases quote-unquote high profile. However, I will say that I got to talking to one of the officers a few days ago, and he kind of confided in me that this is being done by the DOJ and the prosecution. They're having our conditions like this for whatever psychological or reason, you know, that they have. Unknown to me, but that he did allude, not allude. He directly said that the prosecutor set it up with the jail to have us in solitary confinement.
Yep, I think that that's the case with everybody. They're determined to make sure you guys have it as rough as possible.
Yeah, well, the food's a little better than Northern Neck sometimes, but sometimes it's not, and that's pretty bad.
Yeah, when we last board meeting we went to, they let us go in and pick a tray, but they knew we were coming and the food service people were there. It was actually quite a show.
Yeah, I can tell you right now that I can guarantee they lied to you.
Yeah. They also
tell them you want. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just saying we were going to ask them if we could come back at any given day that we choose when there's not such a food show going on. But no, they also shoved it and then, you know, like came around and made sure everybody saw that it was actually food. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, ask them, let you talk to some random inmates that have been there for a while, what they have to say about it. Yeah. Ask them if you could try the meat rock or the cat food.
I've heard about the cat food. I haven't heard about the meat rock, but I have heard about the cat food. I'm sorry.
Yeah, meat rock's just a brick of soy meat. It's terrible. They call it meat rock because it turns into a rock into your stomach and not sure it ever comes out.
Yeah, I can imagine. I'm sorry.
Well, the guys in DC are okay then, right? Everything's okay?
Yes, that's what we're hearing. I just heard from them today I guess the phones got turned on yesterday, but today was my first communication with him, and I was told everybody in there is okay.
That's good. All right, that's good to hear. That's been in my prayers for the last couple of days. I heard they went on lockdown for some weird, strange reason, and that can never be good in places like this.
No, and then to have absolutely nobody hear from anybody for a couple of days, it was scary.
Yeah, I don't like that. So I hear we're getting a winter blast. It'll be even colder in here, I'm sure.
I'm sure I had said tomorrow it's supposed to be 80 degrees, and then a couple days ago my phone said it was going to snow on Sunday. But the snowflake is gone, but it still has a very low temperature. So we're going to have 80. It says 80 tomorrow, and then after that it's going to start getting cold.
Okay, wow, 80.
I know.
It's like Florida weather. I miss my Florida weather. So yeah, just trying to hang in there. You know, it's again, I don't think that the trial went too terribly. I know that there was a lot of people on Truth Social that asked for the number to call in, and Judge Friedrich blocked it, and I think that's because she didn't want media tuning in before she gave her verdict, I'm assuming. But Randy came to the trial. It was good to see him and put a face on voice. I'm glad he showed up.
Well, I'm glad he was there for you. And Nicole went to Garrett's, and they spread out in the courtroom today. So I'm glad that Randy was able to make it for you.
Yeah, it was awesome seeing him. You know, it's definitely praying for Enrique, Ethan, Joe Biggs, Dominic Pizzola, Zach Reel. They got their thing going on. You know, from what I know, they have pretty good lawyers. So I know that their counter argument, the defense is going to be coming up soon. But they've been taking a pounding from informants and the prosecution for weeks on end now.
Yes, they have. There's been, a lot of talk about confidential human resources, and there've been a lot. Well, I saw one of them testify today, and one of them testified last week.
Yeah, I know of the guy that testified. It's kind of sad to see because he's in a situation where, and I'm not excusing that, it is what it is, but the FBI set him up and charged him with charges that have nothing to do with January 6th and threatened him with 20 years unless he cooperated, and this is kind of what they're doing now. But technically, they're still harassing my fiance who wasn't even there on January 6th. Not to sound crazy, but the other day she got mail delivered twice in one day, which never happened. So it's kind of speculated that they took the mail and looked at it. And then a couple of days after that, all the garbage, we live in a townhouse, and all the neighbors' garbage were out, including ours. Well, our garbage was missing, and all the neighbors were still there. So that was pretty spooky and ominous. And again, I'm left to speculate. I can't prove anything, but that's just odd that our garbage was the only garbage going on the block.
Yeah, it is.
So it's pretty strange. They're still harassing her, and she wasn't even there that day. So it is what it is.
Well, we know they're involved, but we just have people that are in charge of things take action on that. We have had contact with congressional members, and that the footage of that day is coming out. So I hope that something starts to happen soon.
I did hear about that. The McCarthy dropped the Tucker Carlson, and that's still kind of, it was like 40,000 hours, of footage he had to go through. So I wonder how long it's going to be before he drops some bombs.
Yeah, we wonder too, but we have some people that could help him look at that footage because, everybody's talking about Roseanne Boylan like it's new news, and we've known that for 2 years. And there are so many people in the January 6th community that could point to anomalies in that footage. So I think maybe Tucker needs some help because that's a lot of footage to sift through in a week.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I've been incarcerated with a couple of good men that were around her that day that seen what happened with the first witness account, and it's terrible. It's terrible, and there's still people under the impression that multiple police officers were killed that day and don't really have any idea that it was only protesters that were killed that day. It's just it's crazy the manipulation the news is capable of. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to get back to watching some news on my expensive tablet that hardly ever works ever. But again, to keep it all with J6ers in solitary confinement. Anybody listening out there tonight that wants to get my new address, you can go to patriotmailproject.com. And you can look at the Alexandria address where I'm at. I don't even know it by heart, but it's up on Patriot Mail Project. As all other J6ers mailing information is. You know, we all like to get letters and know that we're supported, and we have. And you guys out there every day for us and supporting us, it means a lot. It's a huge moral support, and that's more important than anything. You know, even money, time, all that. The moral support that you guys are offering is what keeps us going on. So I'm very grateful for that.
We love you! Yes, love you.
I love you all too. All right, again, no worries.
We love you.
All right, you got it, darling. You guys take care. Love you too.
Yeah.
Cheers.